getting settled here on the porch patio thingy. It's really cool. It like does like a 360 around the house. Actually, I'm like up like 2 stories, so it's kind of cool. I also have, I don't drink that much, just to be fair. I have a beer now and again, but they have Hamm's beer showing up in Tucson and the West Coast again. I think it's a Milwaukee beer, and they used to be all over the U.S. I think, and then they kind of started to like bring down where they were at, if that makes any sense. Like they like brought their circle closer for the company to live, and then they started just recently sending beers out further, so that's cool. I like having them. They kind of, I think they're kind of good. I don't know, they're always known as a lesser beer, but it's my name, so I'm drinking it. I need that hand sponsorship if somebody knows somebody. So we put out, this part of the video is going to be all kind of raw. I would normally do this live, but out here we don't have Wi-Fi and stuff, so I'm just going to kind of keep this raw. Hopefully you guys can respect that or dig it. I did put up a post on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Try to hit everybody. I know you don't follow me on everything. That's okay. If you do, I appreciate it. No problem, no worries. I'll try to keep burping to a minimum. So on Instagram, we'll start there. That's my favorite app. We had Joshua Snyder, Snydertron 3000, I think is his YouTube. Sorry, I can't remember if it's 2000 or 3. I think it's 3000. So Josh and I have been like pen pal, internet buddies for a long time, and he does a lot of cool like truck stuff and car videos, like vlogging kind of. And he said, when are you and Snyder Douche 420 gonna collab? So I think he's talking about himself, but to answer that, I think it would be pretty rad to do some type of collab with him. Maybe even something, if it has to be virtual, you know, because he's in Michigan, I believe, and I'm in Tucson. So if we could do something kind of like a virtual budget build, or I don't know, something silly, even if we can meet up, that'd be cool. I know he has 2 little boys and I have a little girl now, so that always makes things difficult, but it'd be really fun to do something to kind of mesh together. I know there's some people here that he has, you know, voiced about my channel before, and I appreciate you guys coming over and checking out. So yeah, someday, I don't know, maybe we should get serious about that. If you guys were interested in something like that, let me know. Also go check out his channel if you haven't. What else do we get? This one's inappropriate, but I'm gonna say it. Dominic Rosado, why is your butthole so loose? I'm not answering that. But I did say it for you, bro. I mean, that's only fair, right? Pat Butler is a cool guy in Tucson that I've met, and I don't know if you guys care, but I'm calling. You guys are getting in the video too. It's not just blatant questions. Pat Butler is a cool dude. He's building a Nova, just kind of like Katie's, and we ended up talking. He's in Tucson too, and he said for the Q&A, is there a weird or regular car you have always wanted to LS swap or hot rod and have never found the right one? So I thought about these a lot before I came into this, because I wanted to have like somewhat legitimate answers, and I think I'm on the BMW wagon. I've said it before, Michael Page is a really good friend of mine, and he has E90 LSX swap. I can't remember his website. I'm sorry. I'll put it in the description below. But he has all kinds of badass swap stuff for the E90 chassis, and at first I was not into it. Like he did his car, and I think he was one of the first people to swap that chassis. I don't know. I mean, like, he was definitely in the running for one of the first, and then he started making mounts for people, and I was kind of like, it's cool, I guess. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I'm always getting into older stuff or really quirky stuff, and after being friends with him for so long, he kept just sending me pictures and videos of people doing, sorry about the dogs barking, but doing these swaps to cars, and they're just, you know, really badass. And like how much you can get working again with, like, even if you use a Holley, he's been able to make like the stock pedal work, you know, with the throttle control. He's been like, that's cruise control. Like, I think he got AC working in one. Like, he's been getting some really rad things going in these cars, because like the cars themselves are pretty good. It's like the motor and trans aren't always the best. I mean, people, don't get me wrong, people make crazy power with the turbo cars, but like, why not have LS swapped one? So I think it would be one of those, which isn't completely out of this world, and I've talked with Michael about actually doing one. So I don't know. I mean, it would be really fun to have something like that with having a daughter and like having her being little. It'd be cool to be able to throw her in the back, and it's not like a CTSV, which don't get me wrong, those are cool too. But yeah, just like a LS swapped BMW with like AC and all that stuff. Maybe a single turbo and like a 80E. That would be pretty rad, you know, because then you could put a car seat in the back. I don't know if airbags still work. Probably not. I don't know. I mean, that might be BCM. I'm going on a rant, but that's what we're here for. So answer that question short and fast. E90 like BMW would be pretty rad. So next, Drew Fawcett, longtime subscriber and buddy. He wants me to come help him finish his F100 in Nebraska. It's too far. Why are you so far? If you were less far, I would help you, but you're too far. So we'll go over to YouTube now. I think we had like 4 or so off of YouTube, which is pretty awesome. Because in the past when I've done this, like it takes time, you know, like and people don't see the post for a while or what have you. But I like to do these more and more because it is kind of fun. It does take a while for people to probably build up like actual questions that they have for you, you know. So Brandon Hall, another local Tucson guy. Any plans for the Mommobile besides basic maintenance? I've heard the baby wants a cam and torque converter. He's talking about Katie's Tahoe, if you don't know. And it is a 4.8 60E, and it is pretty clean. It is a really nice Tahoe. We got it for a good deal, and thankfully at a right time, because it's so much easier to have the Tahoe for little girl. I really want to put like a cam and springs in the thing, and that's definitely what he's referencing. I just think it'd be super cool, and like even like leveling it would be badass. But at the same time, Katie makes very solid points that it is the main transportation for our daughter. So I don't know, maybe one day, bro. Katie said no though. Oh, shitbox hams. What is it? Hams the beer refreshing. So I think he meant like the refreshing beer, but it is. It's quite good. What has been your favorite car build / project and why? Old car guy on YouTube. Thanks for the question. This one is hard. I thought about it a lot, and I still am kind of like up in the air. I would say if I had to pick overall, and like you made me, I love all of them, to be honest. Like just building cars, tuning cars, fabricating, all that stuff's my favorite thing in the world. So that's hard, but the Pacer would probably be my favorite. And I'll give you the reason why, and then the follow-up, you know, okay, you don't have it, so like why? The reason why it's my favorite, or I would consider it one of my favorites, is the car was really like cool itself. Like it was a cool car, and it had like a good vibe to it, and I really think you mold into a car sometimes, and it doesn't always happen. Cars fight you, and like you can feel it, you know. It's like a weird, sometimes you're building a car and it goes together really well, and it's like few and far between. So the Pacer was that car for me, and overall I had a blast with the thing. So the next question, why'd you sell it? From an outside point of view, of course, keep going, make it faster, etc., etc. Reality. At the time, we were getting ready to move. We were getting ready to pay off a couple things, I think, because when we moved, yada yada yada, life, right? So my buddy wanted the car, and I was like, sure, like let's sell it. And I came to that conclusion because I had good times with it. I had all good times. I went to LS Fest, had a blast. The car didn't break. People liked it. It got me into CarCraft Print magazine, if you didn't know. And it was one of the last, I think, print magazines. And I got in there with Dario, my friend, with the Mini Cooper that was blown. So it was like so many good things with that car that it was like, I don't know, it was like I was done, if that makes any sense. Like it was like the chapter is closed and it's over and it's okay. Like let's move on. There's so many things I want to do in the automotive world, with our channel and with, you know, just my own life, that keeping the car just, I don't know, didn't make sense. And of course, looking back, like, yeah, I'd like to have worked out, more and more and got it down. I think we went 11-1 at 124 on 15 pounds. And if you go back to the video, I don't know if I explained it, but I had a certain wastegate spring in the car, and it would only make 15 even with the boost controller. So it would have been like a 7-pound, equal to 7 pounds, even if it was 1 spring, 2 springs. I don't remember. We were at the track, made the second pass. I turned it up as much as the boost controller would go, but what I didn't, realize was that I was out of spring. So yeah, I went 11-1 back to back at like 124. So like, I still have never broken into the 10s, which is just so hard for me to say. It's terrible, and I feel like it's lame, but it is what it is, life. And that would have been the car, like, for sure, right there on that pass. And yeah, just a wastegate spring away from it. So that was frustrating. But overall, I had a really good time. So that was the car that I would say would probably be my favorite and best. Do I want it back? That's not a real question on here. Oh no, that actually, you know what? That does kind of cover one of the Facebook questions that I'm going to, but I'm just going to answer it right now. I don't know if I would want it back. A friend of mine has it, and that's fine. And like, I've seen the car, and like, it has a lot of good parts in it, but I don't know. I just have other things I want to do. I mean, maybe if I had like a really, really energetic hair on my ass, but like, what would I do? You know what I mean? Like, if you clip off one, anything in under 1150, which I already did, now you need a cage. Now you need a, what I mean? It's like, it's just not that car for me. So I don't know. That's just where I'm at. So on the Facebook page, we have, I think, 4 more questions. So we're at like 12 minutes of Q&A. Should be done pretty soon. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Curtis Winkler, another local guy who has a really cool couple cars. If you had to pick one Toyota, what Toyota, and what would you do? So I'm going to answer this kind of a long way, whatever. James had a really cool Corolla, and he's probably watching this, and like, I'm not going to even speculate on which one. I can't remember which like model it is, but anyways, he had a cool Corolla. I never saw it, but it was a nitrous 4-cylinder. So I had the 3TC stick shift. Hopefully I'm getting this right. I feel like he's probably watching this, like, say something wrong, see what happens. But anyway, so he had this cool car, and I always thought that was pretty rad, like hearing that stories about that car. And then since then, Katie and I have seen a few, and then like on Forza, there was a cool Corolla that Katie wanted me to like build it for her on Forza. So I like those. Those are cool. And when I read that question to Katie, she was like, oh, like a Corolla or something. And I was like, no, I would have to still do a square mini truck, like Tacoma, the little Tacomas, because like I grew up in the trucks. I was into trucks so much, and like, I still am a huge truck person, and I would really want to do one of those. And James has one, actually. He has an extra cab, short bed, little white one that I've had my eye on for a long time, but I don't know, there's so many other things in front of it. That would be really cool. I'd love to do it, and I would be open to like any kind of weird engine combo or something fun, or even like trying to, I don't know, something just different would be cool. Not that you can do many different things in this day and age, but what else we got here? Sean Strothman. Hopefully I didn't just ruin your shit. Sorry, man. If you could buy back one car from your past, what would it be? We just answered that. In a way. Now, I wouldn't buy the Pacer back. If I could buy one thing back from the past, I really think I'd want to buy my high school truck back. And I would want to buy it back how it was, because I know where it's at, and like, or at least I had seen it within the past maybe like 5 years, 6 years. And I knew the person who got it from me actually did some stuff to it. So I would want it how it was, like when I handed the keys off. I want it back like that. It was a 95 C1500, short bed, single cab, black with a gray interior, and I had like the 60/40 split bench, 350 700R, Beltec 2.4 drop, It had like billets. It was like a total 90s machine, and it had a crazy, like, it had like flames, which I was not a fan of, to be completely honest, but they were kind of cool. They were different, and they were actually really well done, so that makes it better. But yeah, that would probably be the vehicle I would want back, because that was a vehicle I had from, my early, high school years, and I always wanted to do stuff to it, and I never did. Like, I did minimal maintenance, small maintenance things to it, but I always wanted to drop it more. I always wanted to take the flames off and paint it all black. There's a lot of things I wanted to do to it that I never did, and it would be so sweet to have it back. And I would love to like LS swap it, and of course, I mean, that's like right, but I'd love to LS swap it, and then like even just an auto like an 80E, and just that would be my truck. That would be sick. Yeah, so my high school truck, I want it back. Two more. Nico, I'm not gonna say your last name, Nico, because I'm just gonna ruin it. But thanks for the question. How's dad life, and what is going on with the Nova? Dad life is awesome. Awesome. We are so fortunate that Katie's happy, healthy, the baby is healthy, and yeah, just makes me so smiley. Like, you probably won't see much on social media. We're not gonna put her on social media at all. But yeah, I just wanted you to know that she is happy, she's healthy. It's everything that everyone's told me it is, and it's also so much more, if that makes any sense. And I'm sure you get it. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of stress. Like, you get these new anxieties, these different feelings, but at the same time, it's the most beautiful thing in the entire world. And no, we're not gonna have any more kids. Like, we're done. We're just so grateful and blessed and happy to have our daughter, and yeah, we're happy. We're pumped. We're a happy family. So thank you for that question, Nico. And sorry I can't pronounce your last name. If that's annoying, I'm sorry. We're already rolling, and this is happening. Don Meehan. Hi, Richie. Junior wants to know if you have any plans on opening up a shop. Junior is who bought the Pacer originally, and then actually another mutual friend of ours has the Pacer now. Shop. I don't know. No, it's hard to say. I don't want a traditional shop, if that makes sense. I don't ever want to open a traditional shop. I've always liked doing what I do here, and you've all probably seen people do different things in media that allows them to live in this world and to entertain others and to bring people into this world without having like direct customer face to face. Now on the channel, you see me help friends out, family. It's never strangers. It's always just me helping out. I have a shop full of tools. I want people to get their hot rods going, like just like my friend Greg, like my friend Marcella. Like, that's what it's all about for me. And when it starts getting into having a shop, not that I'm against that, I understand why. It's just not what I want to do with my life. Like, I think for me, it would lose some of the juicy sweet nectar, as well as there's a lot of aspects of running a business, running a shop that I don't want to do like in my daily life. Like, I would much rather, hopefully, like apparel starts to do well, and like I don't want to make like just bum ass shirts. Like, I want to make some like cool apparel that you guys want. I want to like start venturing off into more entrepreneurial things, because that's been like in my gut since I was young, and it's been something that's been really hard for me to actualize, like make a reality. And I think I'm starting to finally maybe get to that point. So that's what I really want to do. I want to get into some like different entrepreneurial things, and I want to keep doing this. I love hanging out with you guys. I love like growing this channel. When I see it grow, it just to me means that like the message that I have, the interactions that we have are real, and that it's going to continue to grow because of that. Hopefully that all resonates with you, because that's my gut. That's what feels good. And I think if you find that in life, you just have to go. You have to go, and you have to continue to push on to make that your everyday life, and we'll see. I'm about to turn 30. about to turn 30, so hopefully we can make this, I don't know, make it a thing, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching these videos. If you haven't already, click subscribe if you're into it. Only if you're into it. That's all I want. I want people here that are into it, that buy in, that want to hang out, want to build cars, want to do adventures with us and Q&As and podcasts and all that stuff. So if you want to hit like, that would be awesome too. It helps push the video around. I should probably ask in the beginning, and I don't, just because I feel like if you're at this point, if you're at the end with me, you'll click like, and you may be interested in subscribing. So thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.